We welcome you to this broadcast of boys varsity basketball on NKTelco Sports. We're at the barn where the St. John's Blue Jays will take on the New Knoxville Rangers. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, Pratt Industries, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, New Knoxville Supply, and NKTelco. Fine thank you to those sponsors that allow us to bring you this. And tonight it's Midwest Athletic Conference basketball, the home opener, not the home opener, but the conference opener for each of these teams here as the St. John's comes on the road to face New Knoxville. Alongside me tonight is Michael Laws. Happy to bring you this game. And, it's a young season. The Rangers are off to a rough start. The St. John's Blue Jays are off to a good start.
Yeah, absolutely. St. John's is coming off a 2-0 wins over Kalida and Elida. Great start for them. They are really trying to shake off the nerves, making sure that this the conference opener here on the road, really want to get off to a good start here in the MAC. And just like you said, with New Knoxville, kind of trying to shake that off. A little bit of a rough start, a little bit young, a little bit inexperienced, but really trying to put their best foot forward here in their here in their MAC home opener.
Correct. Yes, it's been a rough start. Rangers 0-4. Last game was against Fort Loramie, a game they actually led at halftime. Mm-hmm. So, that's not a W, but it's kind of a good morale boost to, hey, you hung. Now the second half, things fell apart, and Fort Loramie came back and won by 20. But, for the first 2 quarters, New Knoxville very competitive and held the lead. But yes, tonight's first league game.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely both teams want to put their best foot forward here, especially, the MAC's going to be a grind, as you know, it usually is. And, you want to get as many points, as many wins as possible to get in those standings.
Those are not easy to come by.
Absolutely.
I always tell people it's easier to lose than it is to win, but you got to take everything with a grain of salt here. It's a game, and these guys are going to put forth their best effort, and it is what it is. And we're going to have a pause here as we will have our national anthem. When we come back, then we'll have the introduction of the referees and the teams, and then the opening tip here on NKTelco Sports.
I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Welcome back to New Knoxville as we get ready for the starting lineups. First, we'll introduce our officials, and they include Scott Nurse, A.J. Kramer, and Tony Rogers. the men in stripes tonight that will officiate tonight's matchup. And now the visitors, the St. John's Blue Jays. Nolan Swinnen, a 6-foot senior. Number 11, a 6-foot freshman, Cameron Elworth, with an asterisk by his name. Number 33, 6'2 junior, Aaron Munter. Number 2, a 5'10 senior, Landon Grothaus. Number 4, 5'11 senior, Jack Gurker. St. John's led by head coach Aaron Elworth in his 16th season. His assistant coaches include Brian Clark, Ryan Hellman, and the freshman coach Alex Odenweller. As we now will meet the Rangers. Number 10, 5'11 sophomore Jay Schrader. Number 11, a 5'11 junior, Troy Dwenger. Number 33, a 6'2 junior, Tyler Lammers. Number 3, a 5'9 junior, Andrew Luffel. Number 4, a junior, 6 feet tall, Jay Waterman. The starting lineups, the Rangers are led by head coach Carson Munger in his second season, assisted by Josh Lisi and JV coach Keith Thomas. Starting lineups brought to you by Emerson Climate Technologies. And now we'll switch gears and go to our keys of the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza.
Yeah, for Adelphia St. John's and Coach Elwer, number 1 on the road, their league opener. Make sure they get the jitters out there. Concentrate on rebounding and execution versus the various defenses that New Knoxville may throw out. For New Knoxville and Coach Manor, get the assist count up to 10 or more, keep the turnovers to 12 or less, and hold DSJ under 40 points.
Thank you, Keyhole Pizza, for our keys to the game, and both coaches for their comments, if you will, and helping us with that as we're underway. New Knoxville, the opening tip, possession. Delvison, a man-to-man defense. Waterman with it on the elbow. The left-hander goes to the left. The left-hander pulls up, strong on the shot. Defensive rebound pulled down by number 4, Jack Gurker. And the St. John's Blue Jays now with their first look on offense. And I said earlier when they introduced the starting lineups, put an asterisk next to Cameron Elworth, number 11. He is averaging 26.5 points. So the freshman, the coach's son, has been off to a great first couple games of his high school career. And you got to think teams, they knew about him through junior high, but he comes in with a target on his back anyways, as Landon Grothaus, who's second on the team in scoring, Michael, 12.5 points. Good job taking the pass from the inside and knocking down the outside shot.
Absolutely, yeah. Great ball movement there by St. John's on that first possession. And now a turnover, and get the ball back and can add some more.
In transition, shot taken by Munter is a little strong, so they don't execute off the turnover and can't capitalize. Aaron Munter's shot was missed. And with the basketball now, Troy Dwenger. Rangers do not have a senior on the team, as Dwenger will lose the ball. That'll be a held ball. That'll be a turnover, as the possession favors St. John's. So a rough start here for New Knoxville. A couple turnovers.
Yeah, we've talked about this in previous broadcasts. You know, young teams are not necessarily a bad thing. You know, you don't know what you don't know, and if you don't have those elder statesmen, heck, you let some stuff hang out there.
I mentioned Elwer. He's been a very prolific scorer early on. He's made 10 of 13 two-point shots and 10 of 17 three-point shots, so he has only missed just a handful here in his first 2 games. And there's a cross-court pass that was deflected and stolen by Landon Gross. Boy, good defense so far by the St. John's Blue Jays.
Oh, they're getting their hands up and active feet, and right now on a basically leading 7-0.
Nice backdoor cut, and the Rangers have an opportunity, but the pass-catch combination doesn't work. But boy, they broke down the pressure, and we talked about it. We saw Fort Loramie play Jackson Center girls, and Fort Loramie plays tight defense. And you can beat that once in a while, especially some backdoor cuts. The Rangers got it, but they can't finish.
I think it's good, big concentration in Knoxville tonight. It's going to be a lot of ball movement and also moving their feet and being as athletic as they can.
Elwer, he's perfect. He's got a deuce in the tray. And New Knoxville will take a precision strip timeout. It will be a full timeout. 5:28 to play first quarter. It's all St. John's early, 10-0 here on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Kemmler Orthopedic Center is focused on a personalized, caring approach to treat all aspects of orthopedics, including total joint replacement, shoulder reconstruction, stem cell injections, and more. Dr. James Kemmler and Jed Cooney, certified PA, are dedicated to providing the best orthopedic care in the Grand Lake region. Kemmler Orthopedic Center has offices located in Salina and Van Wert, along with extended evening hours. To schedule an appointment, call our office at 419-586-5760.
Welcome back from our precision strip timeout here. A great start for the Blue Jays. They come on the road. Coach Elwer wanted to make sure they took care of business on this road game, the league opener, and they've done exactly that, Michael.
Oh, they have been on top of it. They've had steals. They've had transition, keeping the hands up, and just been on fire here in this first 3 minutes.
About the only thing they've done wrong is they missed an opportunity off a steal. They couldn't convert in transition, and
they've converted every time down the floor except for that one time, as you mentioned.
They've hit the shots. Elwer's already made a couple buckets, as well as Grodhouse, your leading scorers, are already off to a good start, and you always got like that when your leading scorers get off to a good start. Boy, the Rangers can't buy a bucket here. Lammers gets a good look. It's rebounded by Munter, and the Blue Jays go back to work on offense. Cameron Elwer, a freshman, up top, had it. Grodhouse, quarter right, corner, no good. Triple. Defensive board, Troy Dwenger. So Rangers can take a deep breath. Missed shot there by the Blue Jays.
Yeah, big concentration for Knoxville. Just really get points when they can, get points, as many points as they can down the floor, because they're going to have to really cut into this. They're already down 10 already, so really got to concentrate and capitalize on every opportunity they can get here.
Andrew Leffel to Jay Schrader. St. John's defense is very good. It's going to be very difficult for the Rangers to score open buckets. Leffel with an offensive rebound off the missed shot by Schrader keeps the possession alive as we approach the 4:15 mark of this first quarter. But good defense, man-to-man style defense by the Blue Jays. And New Knoxville's had a couple looks and not been able to connect. And of all things, it won't count because it hit the support. So the Rangers, I mentioned that backdoor cut where they had a good cut pass, and then the pass to the interior bit off the mark, couldn't convert there. And then they have an outside shot here that goes in but doesn't count because it hits the support.
Right.
So
yeah, it was actually not a bad shot opportunity. I mean, he was actually pretty far out, actually, and taking the opportunity, and unfortunately hitting the backboard and not counting, unfortunately.
First support players off the bench for Coach Elwer. Number 12, Austin Munter, twin brother to Aaron Munter, and number 15, Ethan Druk Miller. Triple made by Elwer. Cameron Elwer averaging 26.5 points, already with 8 here in the first quarter. Also number 20, that's TJ Wirtz, a sophomore, came into last possession for the Blue Jays. Turnover to Knoxville, worst case could happen. They flip it to the Blue Jays bucket. Good hustle play by Leffel, though, to come back and knock it off of Elwer's leg. At least it slows down the initial opportunity, but Landon Grodhouse finishes at the basket. Groothouse, a strong player, took the contact, scores the ball, and
yeah, it's really New Knoxville just got to keep that basketball, and then St. John's has just been swarming on defense, not only on being so good on offense, but so good on defense, and really keeping them out on the perimeter and really not letting them drive at all.
Groothouse completes the three-point play. He now has 10 points in the quarter. He will check out. Number 23, Drew Boggs, 6-foot sophomore, will check in. 16-0 with just over 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter.
This has been a fantastic start for St. John's.
Dwenger with the basketball over to Andrew Leffel. He'll get a screen. Actually get it taken away by Elwer. Turnover Rangers, and finishing at the basket. We've seen Elwer do it from all spots on the court now. Inside, outside, and mid-range. And again, the good quick hands of the Blue Jays have been very active. They've created a handful of turnovers already, and they capitalize on most of them.
Yeah, they haven't missed much. And first basket for the Rangers.
Oh, I'm glad it went down. That was a left-handed shooter shooting a right-handed reverse layup and got it to drop. Elwer takes a blow to the face, I think, or the head. Foul on New Knoxville's Jay Waterman. His first, team's second.
Actually, I kind of thought the contact was before he went up, but they thought he was in motion, so they'll let him go.
He might be in motion when he walks on the court.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sure he can score
that's
from all
very
places.
True.
So.
I'm sure, absolutely. But, yeah, I didn't think he was in the shooting motion, but referees thought different, and they're the only opinion that counts. So
Elwer will take a break, a well-deserved break, as replacing him will be number 10, Colin Feathers, a 5'11 junior, in for the Blue Jays, and they will pick up the pressure. They lead by 18, 20-2, and good job by Leffel, recognizing he had the angle, took advantage of it, creates the foul against Drew Boggs, his first.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to have New Knoxville if they're going to be able to drive and maybe create some fouls, from some aggressiveness to see if they might be able to get them some foul trouble.
Yep, there's another contact and the shot doesn't drop, but again, you might be right. You might have to almost drive it in and
see what happens. Draw contact, because I think right now that the perimeter has not been working so far because of the stingy St. John's defense. Maybe trying to create some contact inside and driving.
Waterman hits the first of two. His first points. Again, no seniors on the New Knoxville roster. Jay Waterman. This is the second one, boarded by TJ Wirtz of the St. John's Blue Jays. Boggs has it lost. In for New Knoxville, number 5, Richlane. He will finish. Preston Richlane, didn't see him sneak into the Ranger lineup. He comes up with the Rangers convert on the St. John's turnover. Richlane, his first points of the game. 20-5 with 1:45 to play first quarter. Kicked by Richlane. It'll stay with St. John's. That pass was made by number 24, Joel Schrader. Schrader will check out. That's for St. John's, and more Blue Jays will come in as they rotate a number of players already here. I think all 10 guys have already seen action.
It's so good to have that depth to be able to do that, especially come tournament time and things like that with injuries and whatnot. Definitely good to have that depth off the bench.
Open look for Landon Groothouse. He makes it. That's his second made three-pointer of the quarter.
4 or 5 from 3 for St. John so far.
That's a heck of a percentage. Waterman in trouble, finds Schrader as we approach the final 70 seconds of the first quarter. It's been all St. John's. They lead by 18.
Not a lot of interior pressure by Knoxville. They've been trying to find it, but they've not been able to penetrate so very much at all. Everything's been out of the perimeter.
Richlane, opportunity from three-point range, no good. Defensive rebound, Aaron Munter. Elwer lost his dribble, being guarded by Dwenger, bounces it over to Munter. 3-point shot for Feathers, no good. Offensive rebound, Elwer, back to Elwer. He's made 2. It'll stay at 2. Munter, offensive rebound, no good. Loose ball picked up by the Blue Jays, down to 20 seconds. Elwer will reset the Blue Jay offense, and both guys are looking at Coach Elwer, and luckily Grotehouse recognized the oh crap pass became, I got it.
Yeah, that would have been a little bit of embarrassing there, but
Down to
that's been about
6.
the only mistake they've been making this quarter.
Elwer with limited time goes to the bucket and will pick up a foul, so he'll go to the foul line as the time expires. Ranger foul on number 10, Jay Schrader, his first, team's third. Free throws for Cameron Elwer. He's already 2 for 2 from the line. He's made 2 3-pointers. He's made 2 2-point shots. Makes that one. He's 3 of 3 from the line. 2 guys have scored for St. John's, Cameron Elwer and Landon Grotehouse. Their leading scorers coming into the game, and they're only guys that score here in a quarter. 25-5 after 1 quarter of action. We'll take a break and come back with second quarter action here on NKTelco Sports.
We are here, and here, and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
Welcome back to New Knoxville. Jeff Henschen alongside me tonight is Michael Laws. And Michael, we've seen a very good St. John's team come in and not have any road fatigue for the long bus ride. They scored 25 points in the first quarter. Great shooting.
Oh, they were very few misses, only about 5 misses from the field, and they've just been electric. They have just
created turnovers.
They have been electric defensively. They've been playing very, very well, really taking it to this young team.
Just a lot of speed and athleticism. They create a Ranger turnover and inbounds pass as Elwer had 14 points in the first quarter. He came in averaging 26 and a half. His running mate Landon Gross had 11, and that's a point and a half under his season average of 12 and a half. Those are the only 2 Blue Jays to score in the quarter.
And it's not that I don't think it's necessarily that they hadn't had looks, is that they've had kind of the better looks. And
yes,
and they've definitely, the ball movement has been tremendous.
Going to the basket, missing the opportunity there is Swinnon. They keep the board alive with the second chance. Grotehouse shake and bake from the top, stays put, and he buries his third triple of the night. He now ties Elwer with 14 points each. Another good move by Dwenger, seeing he had the option or the advantage, and basically runs over Grotehouse to pick up the foul against Landon Grotehouse.
Yeah, he said he had to establish that and actually put it off his foot, but they said the contact happened first, so ball out of bounds to the Rangers.
3 team fouls for each squad here in the early second quarter, and it's been a very aggressive man-to-man defense, and New Knoxville's not really been able to break it down or get any penetration off the dribble with that tight defense or being closely guarded. Sometimes you can shake and bake or get a screen, but it's been
very little in the interior for the Rangers at all. Of their points was off the turnover and out, one opportunity out on the perimeter. But they've not been able to drive the lane at all.
Just amazing how many touches there have been by the Blue Jays as the first player not named Grotehouse or Elwer scores, and that's Druckenmiller. I've got to check his name. I think I've got that wrong. No, Druckenmiller. Ethan Druckenmiller.
We had a block here on the Jays.
Foul goes against Landon Grodhouse, his second. Team foul number 4.
Yeah, that might be the only, if they can drive to try to, pick this, pick up, like I said, the
more fouls.
More fouls.
Well, they do have a deep bench, though. You're not going to run out of players, but
that's
maybe
true.
you can go after their
at least get yourself to the line. Exactly.
Yeah,
true. But yeah, with 10 guys rotating in, that's definitely good news for Jays fans. And
there's that
turnover.
backdoor cut with a tightly guarded, but the pass off the mark, Ranger turnover. Swinnen had it. Elwer pulls up from 10. Well defended, but still able to score his 16th point. And again, he does it from all spots. That was off the dribble, pull-up jumper with a hand in the face.
And able to execute. You're exactly right. Able to execute. They've been able to do about anything they wanted. They've, shooting from the outside, shooting from inside. They haven't missed too many. Only missing 6. And
that's a high percentage. Waterman
converted everything else.
Waterman goes down. So that was a foul on Swinnen, his first. It'll be team foul number 5 against the Blue Jays, so it'll be New Knoxville basketball, which these type of plays have been tough to get the ball in bounds because St. John's has played such tight defense.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this defense from St. John's has been impeccable. Hands have been up, feet are moving.
Waterman's three-pointer off the mark. He can't quite run it down. It'll be a team rebound for the Blue Jays. More subs in for St. John's. 24 is coming in, and that is Joel Schrader, a 6'2" junior for New Knoxville. There's Richling, Schrader, Dwenger, Waterman, and Leffel for New Knoxville.
This will be a good test of that depth that you're talking about and seeing about getting other people. We've only had the 2, now the 3 scorers, but we'll see if the other Blue Jays can step in.
Looking to get a quick look was Gurker. He had to kind of go through his hands. He maintains possession. Elwer misses on a tough contested shot. Held ball will be a possession. It'll stay with St. John. So although Elwer misses one of his few shots, the possession error will be a team offensive rebound for the Blue Jays, and the possession continues. A 5:16 to play until half. 27-point St. John's lead here. Going to the basket, a lot of contact as Munter misses but gets his own missed shot. So this will be the third look. Austin Munter for 3, no good. Another offensive rebound by the Blue Jays. Schrader, that is Joel Schrader, but they knock it away. Turnover. So about 3 or 4 looks there, Michael, but St. John's comes up empty.
Yeah, that's been a rarity that they've had that many opportunities and not converted. And, kind of rare. Now we'll probably have we did have a backcourt, so it'll be a turnover for the Rangers and giving the ball back to the Jays.
Yeah, it's just right now difficult until you got someone that can almost beat the defender off the dribble. They're going all out right now. The Blue Jays have really a lot of confidence. They can gamble and get away with it. And their defense has just been like...
when you score, you get over those mistakes sometimes, like that.
Yes. Aaron Munter had a couple missed shots in the first quarter, but that time able to cash in for his first points of the ball game. Another pass up top as, again, the Rangers' offense has really been spread out around the perimeter. Just cannot execute or get it's easier to say. I'm not saying it's easy, but the way the defense is, there's a backdoor cut. And, just a tough break. New Knoxville can't do anything with it, but that was open because the overplay is so aggressive.
Yeah, and it's going to be a lot of aggression. They've got to be able to find that, to go into attack the perimeter and, take those risks to be able to try to get the basketball underneath. And, not enough of that yet, but they might experiment here and see if they'll be able to get a little bit of success.
Waterman, swing pass over to Troy Dwenger. 4 minutes to go, halfway through the second quarter, and there's a whistle on a foul. It'll be team foul number 6. That'll go against Colin Feathers. So now if New Knoxville can continue to drive, penetrate, draw some contact, maybe get some chances to score from the foul line. But these have been very difficult. Everything's been contested. Leffel will fire a three. I said earlier he was left-handed. His reverse layup was with the right hand. He's a right-handed shooter, so he had a crafty reverse layup early in the first quarter.
Yeah, currently two for 7 from the 2 for 10, from 2 for 9 for the field for the Rangers.
Elwer battles and gets kept on balance, if you will. He kept working at it. And Droinger for New Knoxville picks up his first foul, team foul 4 on New Knoxville. For the Jays, number 23, sophomore Drew Boggs back in for Coach Aaron Elwer in his 16th season. On the Rangers side of the court, Carson Munger in his 2nd season. Personal foul, team control, so it won't be free throws. So catching, I guess, looked like A.J. Kramer caught Colin Feathers pushing off to get separation.
Yeah, it was right in front of the referee, so he pretty much on top of that. So it's a lot of it is a lot of blocking fouls. Quite a bit of on both ends, actually. Normally you either kind of lean towards a charge or a block, but most everything here has been them driving and not getting a position underneath or on the drive.
Schrader working on the interior. Tough shot, contested, off the bank board, no good. And before that, Leffel had the ball down there, but just couldn't get a shot off. Too much pressure, and Schrader ends up shooting a tough shot. New Knoxville gets another look at it.
Yeah, St. John's just not given them many opportunities. Really taking care of the basketball on both ends,
And another touch pass. I mean, nothing. Sometimes teams will just kind of let you get it in, but there's been no relief here. Everything's been full throttle for the Jays defense.
And that was a key for Coach Elwer before, how to break down New Knoxville's defense, but his defense has been impeccable.
Waterman from 16 feet. Jay Waterman, his 3rd point of the game. Good pull-up jumper there, and that's one. They need a bunch, so they'll go to work here on defense against the Blue Jays. Their offense has slowed down a little bit here in the quarter, not by much. They scored 25 in the first quarter. They've scored 9 here in the second. Good defense by Jay Waterman. Gets the rebound against a missed shot from Ethan Druckenmiller. Missed shot by New Knoxville. Defensive board, Cameron Elwer. Landon Grodhouse, 3-pointer, no good. Andrew Leffel, backside rebound. Had it knocked away by Boggs, but it goes into the Rangers' hands, so they avoid the turnover.
Good news for the Rangers is, at least now, I think, is St. John's is starting to miss a little bit. So
come down to earth a little bit.
Come down to earth a little bit, just like you said, and go from there. But turnovers don't help.
Nope, that doesn't help. You need to get shots, and Boggs with it now. Landon Grodhouse, in and out, no good, and backside rebound, or the rebound was attempted by Schrader, but battling with him was Druckenmiller, who evidently at 6'3", had a few more inches on Schrader at 5'11", able to battle. It goes off of Schrader, stays with the Blue Jays. Minute 54 to play in the half. 34-7. Elwer penetrates, kicks. Landon Grodhouse, his 4th made triple, assist to Elwer, but do you see when Elwer penetrates? It's like everyone swarms to the ball. Landon Grodhouse waiting, and Elwer gave him a crisp pass, and that was so people don't realize how important that crisp pass is. It was in rhythm. Grodhouse makes it a lot easier to catch and release.
Fundamentals are very, very important here, I'll tell you, and you're definitely, and the Jays are showing it, that they, just like you said, crisp passes are finding their way and making it happen, and definitely very, very disciplined and taking care of the basics, and hence you've got a 30-point lead right now.
Jay Waterman, Ranger foul on him, number 2. Team foul number 5. Open look for a 3-pointer. Drew Boggs, no good. Backside rebound saved by Druka Miller, but into the hands of New Knoxville. They get the rebound. Nice backdoor cut. Nice play assist. Troy Dwenger. Basket Preston Richling. And a 30-second timeout called by Coach Elwer. We'll keep it right here, and I'll give us a chance to read off our sponsors that include Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, Pratt Industries, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, and New Knoxville Supply. Thank you to those fine sponsors that are allowing us to bring you this. And this is High School Midwest Athletic Conference basketball here at New Knoxville, with St. John's Blue Jays of Delphus have come to town, opened up a 25-5 first quarter lead, and have cooled off a little bit, but their defense has still been suffocating. They lead 37-9. They've outscored New Knoxville 12-4. And really have made a statement here early in the first two quarters.
Absolutely, yeah, they've been all over it, and I think there was just a little bit of a 10, especially misses coming down. I think the defense hasn't gone in it, but I think Coach Elwer kind of saw it's like, oh, we're kind of missing some stuff. So I think that was kind of more of a team control and just keep doing what they're doing, and so far it's been working. So they avoid those mistakes.
Grodehouse has made 4 threes on a night. That went off the bank board, no good. Jay Schrader, defensive board for the Rangers. Under 40 seconds to play in the half. New Knoxville scored on their last possession. They try to score consecutive opportunities. Richling spins, loses the handle, Ranger turnover. Landon Grodehouse with the basketball, down under 25 seconds now. Coach Elwer shouts out the instructions. 15 seconds remain until half.
I think they're just content here to find if they can get a good shot, find it.
Gurker with it. Elwer from 15. Elwer gets it at 15. Desperation heave at half court from Dwenger, no good. There's your halftime buzzer after 2 8-minute quarters of action. It's Delphus St. John's 39, New Knoxville 9. We'll take a break, and when we come back in about 8 minutes, we'll have the second half action here on NKTelco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Whether you do business from a corner store or a corner office, there is one asset your business cannot do without: the Internet. Everything from sales and marketing, training and shipping, PR, HR, and R&D, your business relies on a fast, reliable, and secure connection. And now, it's more important than ever to partner with an Internet provider you can trust. Get Flight Fiber for Business, backed by local tech support from NKTelco. Call today.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Welcome back to the barn. We're at halftime on this NKTelco Sports presentation of high school boys basketball between Delva St. John's and New Knoxville. The St. John's Blue Jays lead the Rangers 39-9. And with our first half stats, here's Michael Laws.
All right, for St. John's on 2-point field goals, they went 7 for 15. 3-point range, they converted 6 out of 14. Free throws were perfect from the line at 4 for 4. 10 rebounds and 3 turnovers for New Knoxville. 2 points, 4 out of 9. 3-pointers did not convert any and attempted 6 times. Free throw line was 1 of 2. 6 rebounds, but the big telling is turnovers there, 14 for the Rangers.
Well, some pretty warm shooting for the Blue Jays. You mentioned overall they were 13 of 29, and that's just under 50%. I know a couple of those misses, they actually got offensive rebounds and ended up scoring, so they took care of the basketball, limited turnovers for them, and on the other side, like I said, too many New Knoxville turnovers and just not hitting shots. Now, that's pretty easy recipe to see why the score is the way it is. Knoxville has a couple quarters now to work at it to try to improve that, and St. John's has to come out and remember to stay focused. You saw Coach Elwer call a timeout midway through the second quarter. You think, well, why? You're winning big. Well, he maybe saw his team beginning to get a little loose, maybe not like, hey, let's take a deep breath, get back, let's focus, let's not develop bad habits. So
you still want to stay in your system, even though you are
winning handily.
You don't as a coach, and I speak that as a coach myself. I was like, you at least don't want the bad habits to drop off.
Correct.
Even if you are winning, and I don't think he's doing it necessarily to try to embarrass or kill the Rangers or anything like that. But he's got to take care of his team, and those are the habits that he wants to take. Make sure that they're carrying out and their mission, their focus, and what they want to, what they've agreed as a team goal for this year.
Cameron Elwer with the basketball now. He ended the first half with 18 points. His running mate, Landon Gross, 17 points, 2 apiece from Ethan Druckenmiller and Aaron Munter.
That's something under the basket.
Yep.
It looks like it is against Knoxville. So
Troy Dwenger?
Yep. Number 11, Troy Dwenger. That's
I
his
didn't
second.
see it.
Yeah, he had a push or something underneath. So evidently something happened in the lane there. So
those are your leading scorers. Again, the big ones, Elwer and Grodhouse, 18 and 17 for New Knoxville. Preston Richland with 4, Jay Waterman with 3, and Andrew Luffel with 2. 3-point shot taken by number 4, Gurker, no good.
Something else here. Well, this will be a discussion, I believe. Something with this clock.
It's...
Yeah, the clock, I don't think the clock's been running. That's what I think, because it's showing like 7:53, and we played a heck of a lot longer than 7 seconds.
Possession will stay with Delphus. And now we're going to have a longer conversation.
I think they're just trying to figure out where it is, and they do the best they can with, and they're going to run it. Yeah, that's what it has been. It was a clock issue. But yeah, we were.
I was saying it wasn't running clock. Yeah, that's 30. It would be running clock at 35.
Right. But it shouldn't have. Yeah, we played longer than 7 seconds. I can tell you that. So they came to an agreement, and off we go.
St. John's with the basketball. They have another look on this possession. Gurker for 3. Off the mark, no good. Battle for the rebound. It'll stay with St. John's. So again, Rangers get what they need, a missed shot, but they can't come away cleanly yet with the rebound. It'll stay with St. John's.
Yeah, they just cannot get the handle on it there and just be able to keep that and try to create some take
nice
advantage
look,
of that.
good screen.
Yep, nice finish.
Aaron Munter, his 4th point. Good ball movement, snap, crackle, and pop, and a good backside block screen. And Munter wide open for the easy bucket, his 4th point of the game for the 6'2 junior. Richland up to Luffel, or to Schrader now, Waterman. Man-to-man defense for the Blue Jays. Nice backdoor cut. Good team defense. Force Waterman to kick out to Richland. Preston Richland.
First three of the game for the Rangers.
Yes, they had gone 0 for 6, I believe you said, in the first half. They are now 1 of 7. Richland with 7 points. He's done some nice things off the bench. Open 3. for Swinnen. Strong Richling backside rebound. Nearly, the Rangers almost throw it off of Tony Rogers, one of the 3 officials, and that would have been one of those odd breaks that, New Knoxville would have earned if it would have gone out of bounds, but they were able to maintain possession.
We did a game earlier, and I believe it did hit a referee, and I'm like, the referees are part of the court.
Yep.
So
nice move, Jay Schrader, but it doesn't go down, and that's what counts. Boy, nice move, just off the mark a bit. Straight on triple try from Gerker, no good. Rebound by, looks like Munter went down on the floor to keep it, avoids traveling, and Elwer, his 3, no good. Offensive rebound, Munter, no good. Defensive board, Tyler Lammer. So multiple looks for the Blue Jays, and their shooting definitely has cooled off.
Yeah, they
here.
definitely cooled off from that first quarter. They were red hot, and they really kind of cooled off right around that timeout that Coach Eller took in the first half, and they still kind of haven't really picked it up again. They are converting and they are getting points, but not quite as many times as they had in the first quarter.
Substitutions for the Blue Jays, 15, 20, 23. Druckmiller, Wirtz, and Boggs. For New Knoxville, number 3, Andrew Luffel. 41-12 with 5:31 to play third quarter. Jeff Henshin here alongside me tonight with Michael Laws. We're at New Knoxville, Midwest Athletic Conference basketball. First game for each of these teams in league action. Blue Jays 2-0 on the season. They beat Elida, or they beat Kalida and then Elida.
Yep. They do. They're like next to each other, and they do sound alike.
Nice reverse layup, Cameron Elwer. He now has 20. When I was growing up and they had fog delays, the radio, you'd have to listen to the radio for delays, and they would say, like, Elida 2-hour delay, Kalida with a K, 2-hour delay or something. They always had or Elida with an E, because too many people got confused on what was said.
Absolutely, yeah. I know they're in different counties, but
yeah, they're not closely, but when you hear it on the radio.
You hear it on the radio, exactly right. So,
well, the Rangers mentioned St. John's 2-0. New Knoxville 0-4, losses to a very good St. Mary's team, lost to Anna. Waynesfield is a close game, and then lost their last outing to Fort Loramie, a game that they were ahead at halftime, but to end up losing to the Redskins by 20. Elwer penetrates, kicks out to Grodhouse, ends up with it, and he goes to the bucket. Nice move, but it does not go down, and it's been kind of a slow quarter here for the St. John's. Just 4 points. New Knoxville has 3, so the Blue Jays have still won the quarter so far, but just 4 points for them, and we've played almost half of it.
And a good, you can kind of look at it from this perspective as well. For the Rangers, at least we're not in running clock, so you can at least get as many reps as you can to keep working on this stuff.
Wow, and at least that's a tough shot. I mean, tough break. It was. If they finally get a breakdown on the defensive end by the Blue Jays, a great pass, and Dwanger just short-armed it, if you will, as a three-point shot taken by Wirtz is off the mark. Leffel clears the space, if you will. Waterman for 3. Waterman hits it. So New Knoxville, double three-point made baskets, their first 2 of the game in this quarter.
Getting some definitely some positives. See, convert that, nope.
So the shot taken there by Boggs, no good. And again, New Knoxville a chance here, if you will, to win the quarter. They lead by 1 in the quarter, 6-4, or by 2. Schrader works his way up, and he gets his bucket to go in. His first 2 points of the ball game. Long way to go for New Knoxville, but they are getting some buckets to shots. I should say shots to drop. Grodhouse penetrates, kicks. Again, good ball movement, but now it's like they're a little maybe hesitant to pull the trigger, so they'll give it to their freshman stud. He will miss the shot. Rebounded by Richling. Up the court with it is Dwanger. Oh, my.
Got some contact on both ends.
Yeah, the pass went way behind a Ranger cutter. Dwanger went down, and
they will charge the foul to Dwanger.
Charge foul.
That was his first, and that's actually the first charge of the game as well.
Well, there's a precision strip timeout on the court, a full one. We'll take a break and come back with more basketball here at NKTelco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Welcome back to New Knoxville, third quarter with 3 minutes, 12 seconds to go. It's Delta St. John's 43, New Knoxville 17. The Rangers have a little bit of life here in the third quarter. They've scored 8 points. They had 9 in the first half. They've scored 8 here in the quarter. And St. John's, just the 2 field goals, 4 points, and they've missed some shots. And
yeah, they've kind of gone a little bit cold as well.
And they've had some decent looks. And the shots not dropping. They've shot a lot of 3-pointers, too. Then those shots have been off the mark by quite a bit.
But yeah, they've definitely cooled off from earlier in the game, and Rangers kind of taking advantage of it, and trying to at least don't see it all the way back, but at least crawling in and making this respectable here.
Long way to go for the Rangers with the basketball right now. Gurker, he passes up to Swinnen, over to Elwer. Zone defense by New Knoxville. Tyler Lammers, nice job defensively getting around Schrader, Joel Schrader, and ultimately forcing another Delta St. John's turnover here in a quarter. Richling over to Waterman. Man-to-man defense throughout the game by the Blue Jays. Richling has 7 points on the night. This is Richling now with the ball. Trying to get a shot off with Elwer guarding him. Schrader will fire a 3. Schrader will hit. Schrader back-to-back buckets for him. He now has 5 in the game. A 23-point lead now, and it was as many as probably 30 at one point, I believe, Michael. Yeah, it was 39-9 at half. It was a 30-point game at halftime.
Yep. And that's been good news for the being able to do that and get as many reps as you can, especially in this type of situation. So
Schrader gets his hand on a pass, so you give the Rangers credit. It was not a good first quarter, but they've come out and got a little bit of positive plays and baskets to drop. So
concentrating on what they do well and really getting a little bit more execution. So that's definitely helping and definitely heading in the right direction there for the Rangers.
Gurker with the ball over to Feathers. Rangers stay in their zone defense here in the second half. Richland now up on Elwer. Elwer runs over Schrader, and the Rangers won't get the break. So Dwenger runs over a Blue Jay at this end, charge, and down there Elwer maybe wasn't quite as solid contact like Dwenger had, but the block call instead for New Knoxville. Schrader picks up his second foul.
Yep, it was
really a right call.
Yeah, establishing position, and
Schrader wasn't quite square, but would have been a big play.
Yep.
Would have been if they could have drawn a foul against Elwer, and instead it stays with St. John's. This is Elwer with the basketball now. Crisp pass to Swinnen, who will fire a 3, no good. Another offensive board. Long rebound goes to Munter. Aaron Munter kicks it back out for the Blue Jays. And finally, a bucket drops for the Blue Jays. Swinnen, a 6-foot senior, his first points of the game. It took the Blue Jays quite a few shots to nail their first 3-pointer here in the third quarter.
Yeah, it took them a while to find the bucket there.
Well, they'd got a lot of offensive rebounds. Some of those, when you miss a 3-pointer, it's a long rebound and basically bounced out over the head of the Rangers, where the Blue Jays were able to run it down. Richling, 17-footer. Nice shot by Preston Richling. He now has 9 points on the assist from Schrader. 40 seconds to play, third quarter. Gurker over to Landon Grodhaus. Grodhaus goes to the bucket. Good strong move by Landon Grodhaus. He now has 19 in the game.
Yeah, he finally found the scorebook again. He was really good early, and with that cold, and then a turnover there for the
Quick
Rangers.
hands by Swinnen. Elwer in transition gets his 4th point of the quarter, his 22nd of the game. Down to 2-1. I don't think Schrader knows the time. He won't get it off in time. It will not count. And after 3 quarters of action, it is Delta St. John's 50, New Knoxville 22. You're watching boys varsity basketball here on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We are certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Kemmler Orthopedic Center is focused on a personalized, caring approach to treat all aspects of orthopedics, including total joint replacement, shoulder reconstruction, stem cell injections, and more. Dr. James Kemmler and Jed Cooney, certified PA, are dedicated to providing the best orthopedic care in the Grand Lake region. Kemmler Orthopedic Center has offices located in Salina and Van Wert, along with extended evening hours. To schedule an appointment, call our office at 419-586-5760.
We're back here at New Knoxville. Final 8 minutes of action. New Knoxville actually outscores Delta St. John's in the 3rd quarter, 13-11. Rangers made 3 3-point buckets in that quarter, one by Jay Waterman, one by Preston Richland, and one by Jay Schrader. 11 points from the Blue Jays. Didn't shoot very well, but they did get a late 3-point basket by Nolan Swinnen. And I believe both Grodhouse and Elwer kind of scored late in the quarter, so that was 2, 4, 7 points came late, probably in the final minute or so of the 3rd quarter. They'd really struggled.
Yeah, they were pretty ice cold here in that 3rd. As
shots
far as,
not dropping.
Yeah, they were not dropping at all.
Got them off, just couldn't score there.
Yeah, it wasn't for lack of trying. I mean, they definitely had the opportunities. It was just rim was tight or whatever, long rebound, whatever, and definitely a change from earlier in the game when they were pretty much unstoppable and red hot.
28-point St. John lead. Schrader, good move to the hoop, though a little bit strong. Munter with the rebound. Elwer with the basketball. Talked about this freshman averaging 26.5. His dad is a coach, Elwer, Aaron Elwer, has been at the school for 16 years coaching. As Cameron misses it, another offensive rebound and a foul called against New Knoxville. But a little bit more on this Elwer kid. He's a son of a coach, so he's playing as a freshman. His brother Andrew is an 8th grader. His other brother Keaton is a 6th grader. His sister Olivia is in the 2nd grade. And he has a younger sister, Adeline, who will turn 3 in January. So a group of Elwers, and the leader of the pack, the mom, Chris Elwer. Her and Aaron have been married for 17 years. She keeps the ship right as they are actively involved in St. John's athletics. And on cue, Cameron Elwer, the eldest of those 5, hits his 24th point of the game.
Yeah, and there's quite a bit up there in Delta, with both schools, both Jefferson and St. John's, and they really ride together. Even though they're separate schools and separate educations, they
bus together.
Yep, they do a lot of stuff together. So tight city.
Andrew Leffel, nice drive to the bucket. There are a lot of Elwer is a very common Delphus name, as there's a long 3 off the mark by Boggs. Coach Aaron, his brother, has has some kids as well. There's Easton Elwer that's a very talented 7th grade player. So a lot of Elwers in the system right now. But right now, Aaron's a head coach. And Cameron, his son, doing a fine job, has done a nice job. And he's going to have a lot of pressure on him. It's not pressure, but a lot of teams are going to try to shut him down. So just a freshman,
absolutely,
has performed very well.
They think they can, maybe they can intimidate him, but right now he hasn't shown any issue. And a great 3 there by New Knoxville.
Andrew Leffel, his first 3-pointer of the game. He now has 7 in the game, and Elwer quiets the run New Knoxville was on a little bit. Another bucket by Cameron Elwer, 8.5, 26 in the game. And the Rangers, tough battle here, but they played a much better second half. They have another home game tomorrow against the Houston Wildcats. Houston is playing Russia tonight. Russia's a very good Shelby County athletic team. But Troy Dwenger scores. So the Rangers will finish strong here as Elwer, a turnover off of his shoe. Dwenger being guarded by Munter. Gets the hoop and the harm. Foul against Aaron Munter. Good defensive, or good play by Troy Dwenger. He gets the hoop and the harm. And I think Dwenger, did he come up with a steal off of the foot of, okay, so Elwer lost it.
Off of Elwer's.
A host of subs here now. I'll try to name them all. 10, 14, 15, and 20. So Feathers.
That's a hockey line change.
Yes. Feathers is 10. Grant Ulm is 14. 15 is Ethan Druckenmiller. And Dwenger connects on the three-point bucket. He will take a break. Lammers will take a break. Schrader will come in. It's back to a 22-point lead. New Knoxville will pick up some pressure.
You know, Rangers credit, they have not given up.
No, they haven't.
I'll give them that. They have not. They're sticking with their system, even though they know it's not. But they're sticking with it and trying and still working hard. And actually, I think part of that hard work and determination's gotten them, making this respectable here and getting the 32 points they got.
Juke Miller is fouled in the act of shooting. The 6'3 senior with 2 points on the night will go to the foul line for 2 shots. Yeah, at halftime you thought, okay, it's a 30-point game and a couple minutes going to be running clock. Well, we're down to 22-point lead, and New Knoxville has played like it's the beginning of the game.
Absolutely. I wish you would have had this start for them, a little bit more in the first quarter. Give them a little bit more confidence, but, there's definitely something to hang your hat on here and build on. Yeah, absolutely.
And they have a big game tomorrow against Houston, a team that, both teams feel Houston and New Knoxville that are winnable games against each other, if you know what I mean. And
those are great confidence boosters, even though it's outside of conference. It's a great, confidence booster and say, hey, we can do this.
Anytime you pick up a W, it's good. I said earlier, it's a lot easier to lose as Rangers continue to battle. Interior pass, Dwenger's fouled. He'll go back to the foul line. He goes back down to the floor. I don't know what the over-under is on Troy Dwenger hitting a floor tonight, but he's been on there at least 4 or 5 times. Gerker hits first foul. Dwenger, who made his last free throw a short time ago, completing a 3-point play, will have 2 throws here. And that one is nothing but the bottom of the net, so 6 points for the 5'11 junior. 4 minutes and 51 seconds left to go, fourth quarter. Dwenger can't get the bounce, and Richlane is going to pick up the foul. 5th team foul for New Knoxville. They'll now pick up defensive pressure full court.
Actually, we'll go 6, actually.
6th foul.
Yeah.
Common yet, so we'll shoot on the next one. With the basketball taken out of bounds, number 14, Grant Ulm. Colin Feathers with it, being guarded by Schrader. 10 on 10, if you will, of the uniform numbers. Ulm thought about it, got Richland to leave his feet. Interior outside or inside outside action. Shot by Gerker, no good. 3-pointer missed. Offensive board belongs to St. John's, and going to the basket and creating contact is number 15, Ethan Druckenmiller. Scores the bucket and picks up the foul against Jay Waterman. I'm sorry, got it against Jay Schrader.
Starting to pick it up again. They had that little lull there in the third quarter and kind of starting to pick up that aggression.
Missed shot, rebounded by Dwenger.
Actually, their first missed free throw of the night.
Yeah, shot 5 of 5. They were 5 of 5 in the first half, and now 2 of 3 in the second half.
7 of 8. Yeah, it was 7 of 8 total for the night.
Schrader a little hard on the back on the 3-pointer, but Andrew Leffel there to rebound and offensive. One of the rare opportunities New Knoxville has an offensive second chance bucket is Feathers was able to get through the pressure. Another 3-point shot, and there's a foul. I think it's on against number 15, Druckenmiller.
Yeah, it's definitely a size difference. Obviously, at least more bulk. I don't know necessarily height-wise, but it definitely from a bulkiness standpoint, just a little bit more stronger and, just
mass to the body frame.
Yeah, and you can attribute that obviously to, the no seniors obviously as part of it, part of your maturity and whatnot. But, definitely that's been, physicality tonight.
The bank is open. Preston Richlane, his second three-pointer of the night. A 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here and allow me to run through some of our other sponsors as New Knoxville trails by 20, 58-38. I'd like to also thank Burke Petroleum, Chiltex LLC, Cy Sweeterman, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Park National Bank, SecureCom, and St. Henry Bank. Again, those are fine sponsors helping us do this. And it's a 58-38 St. John's lead over the Rangers here at New Knoxville. And, the shooting definitely has cooled down for St. John's. They continue to hoist a number of threes. I think in the first half, they were 6 of 14.
Yes.
They are for the game. Do you have that handy?
Right now, they're at 7 for 27 right now.
Yeah, they've
definitely cooled down.
So one of about 13, is that right, roughly?
Absolutely, roughly, yeah.
After going 6 of 14 in the first half, just 1 of 13. As New Knoxville picks up pressure, Feathers will get it into the front court. Knoxville trying to double catch, get him into a trap and force an errant pass. Alm kicks it baseline corner three. Back iron no good by Cohen Martz. Martz into the ball game, and there's an elbow. And
we got some intent as well. His arms going over the head, and
when the elbow got outside the body frame, it made contact on Dwenger, who went down again. He popped back up. The foul goes against number 3, Cohen Martz, his first.
So that's
it's a team foul.
They call it is that a flagrant, I believe, because they're moving everybody back.
You're right. He'll get shots. And I always wondered, if you throw them, that's obviously a violation.
Right.
Foul. But if you turn, I'm not for sure. I kind of saw. Maybe they ruled that he did lead with his elbow.
Must have.
Yep.
I mean, especially when you talk about any contact to the head or the face, you're definitely you're going to get a call.
Yep, might as well.
And that needs to happen. And I totally am.
I just wonder why there aren't more times. As physical up and down this game moves, you think it'd be more guys getting popped in the nose and such with an elbow. Not always intentional, obviously, but just because the nature of the speed of the game.
Absolutely. No, I 100% agree. And now Knoxville will be able to keep the ball after this as well.
Yep, so they cut it down to 18. Remember, they trailed by 30, did New Knoxville, 39-9 at halftime. So they've scored 31 points and given up 18. So good second half action. Now, granted, the Blue Jays maybe have lost a little bit of intensity, but still the Rangers have, come out the other end, if you will, of being, could have just given up and gone to running clock, but they've battled and found a way to score. And like I said, a very big game tomorrow against Houston. A team, that's they're all winnable. I don't mean to say that they're not, but it's just a team that maybe doesn't bring the scoring threat that St. John's does and the defensive pressure, but Dwenger's been hot. He's feeling it. He's had quite the fourth quarter.
And I'll tell you, I think these reps are definitely going to be helpful. I mean, that's the great thing is that you hadn't gotten to the running clock, and that's a good thing. So you get more time, more reps, and be able to, execute things. And I think it's definitely, paying off. You cut this. This has been amazing. I mean, cutting this 30 to, now you're down to a 15-point lead, and it's been, credit to the Rangers.
And again, Delphos St. John's maybe has rolled through a lot of players tonight. They've got a deep bench, and there's been a lot of guys get action, and some of the, Elwer's back on the court along with Aaron Munter and also Swinton. So some of their, not that the support players gave up the lead. New Knoxville hit some shots here, some tough shots, but Coach Aaron Elwer, with just under 3 minutes to go, wants to make sure it doesn't get just too much closer.
Absolutely, yeah. You could definitely kind of tell that he just didn't want that to get away, because basically if you get into this, you got 5
Yeah, it'd be what a headline.
Yeah, you get 5 3-pointers in 3 minutes. I mean, honestly, I mean, it's
maybe doable, but could you imagine a headline's 30-point lead at halftime?
Oh, yeah.
And then, what's kind of odd, Coach Elwer played a lot of players thinking, okay, what point do you let other guys get in? The old, they practiced too, let him play, and he did. Yep. But New Knoxville continued to hit shots, and that's bottom line. New Knoxville made the buckets, and that's why they've drawn closer as the first free throw by Colin Feathers is made, his first point of the night. That puts the lead back to 16, 43-59. And the second one is also good. Feathers will step out, and back onto the court will be number 4, Jack Gurker. Gurker, yes, the golfer, I believe it is.
Mm-hmm. Got that one. Absolutely. But, yeah, Rangers going to be very proud. I mean, despite this has really been impressive. I've been very, granted, you credit it a little bit to St. John's going cold, but, credit the Rangers.
Turnover Rangers, so how many do they have?
Right now they're at 18 turnovers.
They had 14 in the first half, so
they definitely cleaned that up.
And good things happen, as they say. The ball went off Elwer. Andrew Leffel maybe bumped it off of him as he goes to the floor to try to save it, and it becomes a New Knoxville basketball. They trail by 17. Dwenger now with it over to Schrader. Dwenger has had 11 points here in the fourth quarter. Waterman gets his shot fouled, and going to the line will be Waterman. Personal foul, Nolan Swinnen, his second. Waterman hit a three-pointer in the third quarter, along with 3 in the first half on a free throw and a field goal. With 6, now make it 7. Rangers had 22 at the end of the third quarter. They have 44 now, so they've outscored Delphus 22-10 here in the fourth quarter. And they continue to gain confidence. Timeout will be called by New Knoxville. They're seeing once what they have left. It's a 30, I believe. It is. We'll stay here. At the conclusion of tonight's game, Michael and I will select an NKTelco player of the game. That'll go to a New Knoxville player. So be thinking about that. Also, would like to remind everyone our keys of the game were brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Our scoreboard sponsor is First National Bank. Think First. Starting lineup sponsor is Emerson Climate Technologies. Timeout sponsor, Precision Strip. Player of the game that I just talked about is sponsored by NKTelco. And our New Knoxville Live View sponsor tonight is New Knoxville Supply. Thank you to those guys, or those organizations, if you will, I should say, for stepping up and helping us bring you high school basketball on NKTelco Sports. I'm Jeff Henson. With me tonight, Michael Laws, and turned into a nice little ball game here. I'm saying John's in control, but boy, it's definitely been a tale of two halves.
Oh, absolutely. It was first half was all St. John's, and it was not necessarily like that the Rangers totally stepped it up. St. John's had gone cold, but the Rangers taken advantage of it too. So
they have,
and have not given up, and I have to give them credit. They have stayed in this basketball game.
Trying to foul. They want to foul Munter and then they end up fouling Swinnen, but they were trying to Delphus had spread the floor, going to kind of take some time off the clock. So New Knoxville was trying to get a foul on Munter.
I mean, believe it or you got 151 left. It's 15. This is, as far out and where they had been, this is realistic.
It's going to take a lot, but
it's going to take. You're exactly right. It's going to take a lot, but there is a chance.
And they missed the free throw, and that's what they needed. Now, New Knoxville's got to score quickly. They trail by 15. Dwenger, his shot back iron, no good. Elwer with the backside board. Don't want to foul him. Munter, they will get the foul there as Waterman will pick up the foul, and he'll send number 33, a 6'2 junior, Aaron Munter, to the free throw line. And that will be 10 team fouls, so 2 shots for Munter. Munter with 4 points in the ball game.
Yeah, I think that was what the timeout was about, is figuring out whoever got it in their hands who they wanted to try to get a foul on as best they can.
And there's nothing better when you're that player, in this case Munter, that you know they want to foul you, and he goes to the line and knocks down the first one. Little self-respect. Now he does miss a second one, but does get one. 16-point lead. Schrader will be fouled, and that's not what St. John's needed, but it's a common foul, just 16 fouls now, so not shooting. As tripping up Schrader was Grant Ulm, 6'3" junior.
So they'll have one more foul before the
next one will be
single bonus. So
Waterman finds Leffel, needs to get a quick shot off. 2-point shot, no good. Dwenger goes down again. Elwer maintains balance and keeps the defensive rebound, and then is fouled. So Elwer, a very good free throw shooter, is going to the line.
And right now you're getting to the point where you got to get the guy who has the ball now. I mean, you just got to take that gamble now.
Yep. Sometimes you don't have a choice, and unfortunately you're going to send a very good free throw shooter to the line. And Elwer, who had 18 points in the first half, he had 14 in the first quarter, had 4 in the second, 4 in the third, 4 in the fourth, and he misses. So 4 for 5 now from the line. But New Knoxville, they've had a couple empty trips themselves, though, Michael, so they haven't put the pressure on, if you will. They've got some missed free throws here from St. John's. I mean, they haven't hit all of them, but Knoxville's not been able to get off that 45-point mark as Elwer hits the free throw.
And the big thing is New Knoxville last couple trips for Knoxville's come up empty, unfortunately.
Dwenger fires a three, rattles it in. Don't know how many timeouts they have, but they're going to have to foul, and they don't want to foul Elwer, but they do. And Dwenger is going to foul out. So he's had, what a fourth quarter Dwenger's had. 2, 4, 6, 8, 14 points.
A lot of scrappiness from him.
Yes,
he was on the floor a lot.
He will foul out.
Yeah, but great effort, though.
But a nice round of applause. Again, never gave up, and that's what you can say is nice about the Rangers team, and credit the coaching staff for whatever the conversation was in the locker room. It would have been a lot easier to come out and put your head between your tail and just give up. But they battled, and they're going to pull off the Dogs now with a 14-point deficit and a minute to go.
But this is something to be very, very proud of, and definitely something to build on here for the Rangers.
And it starts immediately. It starts tomorrow. After this game, you
can have some great momentum going into that tomorrow night. Honestly,
come out ready to play as Elwer continues to shoot the ball well. 2, 4, 6, 8, 7 of 8 from the foul line. 29 points in the game, 3 above his average. He picks up a steal, and the Rangers are probably going to foul him again. Now they got to go after Gurker, and they may not foul at all here. In for the Rangers, they've Noah Holland, number 12, playing defense up there on Peyton Stabler, number 22, into the game for the Blue Jays. Big man in the middle, number 44, Gavin Holdgrave, gets his shot altered, and Holdgrave is a 6'3" senior. As the final seconds here are going to wind down. After the end of the buzzer here, we'll take a short break, and then Michael and I will come back with our final game recap, and they're not going to let the sub get in, so unfortunately Feathers won't get a chance probably to replace Elwer. And the final score is going to be Delphi St. John's 64, New Knoxville 48. It was all St. John's for the most part, but the Rangers held tough and came out and played a very good second half, and there is your final buzzer. And Blue Jays go to 1-0 in the Midwest Athletic Conference season opener, and New Knoxville drops to 0-1. Again, we'll take a short break. Be back in just a couple seconds here to wrap things up from New Knoxville on NKTelco Sports.
We are here, and here, and here. Munster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Whether you do business from a corner store or a corner office, there is one asset your business cannot do without: the Internet. Everything from sales and marketing, training and shipping, PR, HR, and R&D, your business relies on a fast, reliable, and secure connection. And now, it's more important than ever to partner with an Internet provider you can trust. Get Flight Fiber for Business, backed by local tech support from NKTelco. Call today.
Welcome back to New Knoxville as the crowd disperses after a 64-48 Delta St. John's victory. While Michael is tabulating his numbers, I'll read through our sponsors that brought you this game tonight. They include Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, Pratt Industries, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, New Knoxville Supply, and NKTelco. Thank you to those fine sponsors allowed us to bring you this here on NKTelco, and also remind you, if you're watching now and you want to see it again, it'll be on Channel 3 or 503 on Tuesday the 20th at 5 p.m. and again on Saturday, Christmas Eve at 4 p.m. And also check the NKTelco website for additional dates that you can watch it on demand when it's posted there. I believe Michael is ready with our final stats, and with our final game stats, here is Michael Laws.
St. John's 2-point field goals went 15 for 26, 3 points, 7 for 28 on their attempts, but tremendous from the free throw line, 13 of 17 for St. John's, 17 total team rebounds, and 7 total team turnovers. 2-point field goals for New Knoxville. They went 10 of 24, and they went 7 of 14 from the arc. And free throws, 7 of 9, and then 14 rebounds, but a big telling tale, 20 turnovers. So for New Knoxville. So
well, you look at the stats here. I mean, it was
definitely better in the second half. It was definitely improved. I think part of it was St. John's did go cold, but Rangers never gave up. They were staying in it, and you got to give them a lot of credit. And I know a little disappointing to first conference loss, but definitely something to build on, definitely proud of. As you mentioned, no seniors on this team, so definitely a way to look up. So
yeah, the stats, as you read, New Knoxville shot 17 of 38 overall. It's not a horrible percentage. Delva's 22 of 54 overall, but remember, I think another key, not only with the Rangers turnovers being 20, offensive rebounding, I think the Blue Jays also kind of dominated there and held and turned some of those missed shots into scoring possessions.
Yep.
And
a lot of those rebounds were those second and third chance opportunities, as you were mentioning. They were creating stuff. Not only were they getting the defensive rebounds, but I think they were definitely better on their own offensive boards as well. So,
well, all in all, a decent game. If you had told me at halftime we'd be talking this way, I would have doubted you, but I give the credit to the Rangers.
I thought we were going to be out of here early, to be really honest, and give the like you said, give the Rangers credit for hanging into this thing and really trying to execute and they were down, but they stood up and were at least taking the punches and working with it. And
well, the Rangers, you talk about delivering some punches. They outscored St. John's in the second half, 37-25.
Yeah.
So you think, oh, that's good if that's all you knew. But
definitely proud.
Remember, at halftime, it was a 30-point spread. So,
right.
And again, St. John's played a lot of players. Knoxville kept their A team in, if you will, just the way it is. But they battled, and that's the way it works out. Leading scores in the game for St. John's, freshman stud player Cameron Elwer, 29. That's 2.5 above his average of 26.5. Landon Grothaus, also a very good night, 19 points. That's 6.5 above his average. Also scoring, Ethan Druckenmiller with 6. Aaron Munter, 5. 3 from Nolan Swinnen, 2 from Colin Feathers. Their total of 64 for New Knoxville. 2 players in double figures, Troy Dwenger with 14, Preston Richland off the bench with 12, Andrew Leffel with 9, Jay Waterman with 8, and Jay Schrader with 5. So pretty balanced scoring, and you look at 48 points for a team that hasn't been averaging that many points, especially early on. Momentum, confidence, and bring it next time, and let's play a full 32 minutes, not 16. But that's the way it worked out. Give credit to the Blue Jays for their good start and their good defensive pressure, forcing the 20 turnovers. They go to the victory. Before we sign off, we have to select our NKTelco player of the game, and we had a brief discussion, and it turned out to be kind of a competitive choice here, but I think we're going to end up going with
Troy Dwenger. 14 points, the 5'11 junior guard.
He made it happen.
He was all over the floor. Did foul out at the end of the game, but that definitely showed a lot of aggression and going from there. So.
He did a fine job, and they're going to have to bring everything again tomorrow against Houston, but congratulations for Troy Dwenger, our NKTelco player of the game. That will wrap things up here from New Knoxville. Once again, your final score, Delta St. John's 64, New Knoxville 48. For my partner, Michael Laws, I'm Jeff Henshin. Thanks for watching here on NKTelco Sports.